Let's step back thousands of years into the Paleolithic era, the earliest stage of human life. To understand how our ancestors lived, we need to look at their climate, settlements, tools, food, and daily routines. First, time and climate context. The Paleolithic period belongs to what geologists call the Pleistocene epoch. This was a time when the climate kept changing. In temperate regions, there were phases of extreme cold with glaciers, followed by warmer intervals. In tropical zones, we had heavy wet periods and long dry phases. Despite these tough changes, early humans learned to adapt. And that adaptability was the key to their survival across Africa, Asia, and Europe. Second, settlement patterns. Now, where did these people live? Naturally, they chose places close to water, food, and stone resources for making tools. Their shelters were of different types. Some stayed in rock shelters, like in Bhimbetka in Madhya Pradesh. Others lived in caves, like Sanghao in Pakistan or Kurnool in Andhra Pradesh. Many also built temporary huts out of branches, grass, and leaves, though these have not survived. A very interesting case is from Hunsgi and Baichbal valleys in Karnataka, where archaeologists found over 400 Stone Age sites. Here, people chose open-air spots. Imagine an oval open space surrounded by granite boulders. These boulders acted as natural windbreaks, making life easier without much construction. And of course, being near a water source meant a steady supply for daily use. Third, tools and their uses. Life in the Paleolithic was incomplete without stone tools. They were multi-purpose instruments used for chopping, cutting, scraping, slicing, even boring holes. Modern science helps us understand their uses through micro-wear analysis. When scientists examine tool edges under a microscope, they can see patterns of wear. Some were used on plants and bamboo, others on wood or animal hides. Interestingly, a few tools even had handles, showing early innovation in design. Fourth, lifestyle and social structure. These humans did not live in large societies. They usually formed small bands of fewer than 100 people. Since they moved frequently in search of food, large groups were difficult to maintain. Even having too many children could slow them down, so mobility shaped their social life. Fifth, food and subsistence. As for food, they lived as hunter-gatherers. It's likely that men hunted animals, while women gathered fruits, roots, and edible plants. And research suggests gathering probably gave them more food than hunting. They didn't store much food, not because they were careless, but because they lacked the technology. Interestingly, this also meant once they had enough for the day, they could stop working. And that gave them something rare: leisure time. Now, we often imagine prehistoric life as a constant struggle. But in reality, once food was secured, people had time to rest. They could chat, play, sleep, or even paint on cave walls, like we see in Bhimbetka. Their wants were simple, their needs limited, and they lived in balance with nature. Seventh, significance. So what does all this tell us? First, adaptability was their biggest strength. They survived drastic climate changes. Second, women played a key role since gathering formed a big part of their diet. And finally, the Paleolithic way of life shows us that human communities can live sustainably with limited wants, efficient use of resources, and cooperation within small groups.